In the grand theatre of existence, where the echoes of promises often drown out the quiet hum of effort, how many grand narratives are woven from the threads of mere intention, rather than the sturdy fibers of tangible creation? We speak of mountains scaled, of chasms bridged, of symphonies composed in the silent chambers of our minds. But what truly defines the architect, the blueprint conceived, or the edifice raised? When the spotlight demands a performance, and the weight of expectation presses down, does the grandeur of our self-proclaimed achievement still shimmer with the same undeniable brilliance, or does it dissolve into the thin air of unspoken dreams? Are we measured by the vastness of our verbal empires, or by the singular, undeniable proof of a single, well-placed stone? Within the heart of the whispering peaks, where ancient currents of belief sculpted the very stone, there stood a community of dream spinners. These ethereal beings did not weave with thread or loom, but with the raw essence of thought, crafting intricate tapestries of shared understanding and collective purpose. Each dream spinner contributed to the great loom of consensus, their individual visions intertwining to form the vibrant fabric of their reality. Their worth was measured by the strength and clarity of the visions they could manifest, the tangible beauty and utility they brought forth. Among them was Zephyr, a dream spinner of immense verbal flair. Zephyr possessed a voice like chimes in a gentle breeze, capable of painting dazzling pictures with words alone. He spoke of having woven the most intricate star chart ever conceived, a celestial roadmap so profound it could guide lost souls across cosmic distances. He often recounted tales of his masterwork of the void, a tapestry so subtle it absorbed all light, yet so potent it could reveal hidden truths in the deepest shadows. His narratives were compelling, his descriptions vivid, and his confidence absolute. He basked in the admiration of younger dream spinners, who listened, enthralled, to his verbal masterpieces. They saw in him a paragon of skill, a potential leader whose imagined achievements far outshone the modest, tangible contributions of others. However, the elders, whose own hands had woven countless threads into the great loom, harbored a quiet skepticism. They observed Zephyr's grand declarations, always delivered with an air of sophisticated detachment, yet never accompanied by a single, demonstrable piece of his supposed genius. They saw others toil, their hands stained with the pigments of reality, their brows furrowed in concentration as they coaxed substance from intention. Zephyr, meanwhile, merely spoke, his hands pristine, his posture ever regal, embodying an almost divine arrogance in his self-proclaimed prowess. One cycle, a great blight befell the whispering peaks. The weeping blight, a silent, creeping despair, began to unravel the threads of shared purpose, threatening to plunge their world into chaotic disarray. The great loom itself began to fray, its colors dimming, its structure weakening. Urgent action was required, a collective effort of profound vision to reweave the fractured reality. Elders called upon all dream spinners to present their most potent creations, their most resilient visions, to mend the loom. Zephyr, true to form, stepped forward with a flourish. He announced that his masterwork of the void, the legendary light-absorbing tapestry, was precisely what was needed. He described its properties in exquisite detail, the way it could restabilize the frayed edges of perception, the way it could draw in the encroaching despair and transform it into nascent hope. His words were a balm to the worried hearts, a promise of salvation. "Then show us, Zephyr," urged Lyra, the most senior of the elders, her voice quiet but firm. "Show us this profound creation that will save our home. Unfurl it before the loom, let its power mend what is broken." The council chamber fell silent, every eye fixed on Zephyr. His confident smile faltered. His hands, so accustomed to gesturing grandly, now trembled slightly. The air thickened with unspoken expectation. He had nothing. No tapestry, no star chart, no masterwork of the void. There was only the empty space between his outstretched palms, the phantom weight of unfulfilled promise. The blight continued its slow, inexorable advance, while Zephyr's grand narrative dissolved into the chill reality of his own hollow arrogance. The silence that followed was not one of awe, but of profound disappointment, a realization that empty boasts offered no shelter from the encroaching darkness. His reputation, woven from mist, vanished with the first true demand for substance. Zephyr's tale is a mirror held to the human condition, a stark reminder that the chasm between intention and execution, between declaration and demonstration, often dictates our true impact. In an age saturated with self-promotion and the curated performance of success, we are constantly bombarded by narratives of achievement that lack the bedrock of tangible effort. This fable confronts the human tendency to prioritize the superficial allure of self-proclaimed greatness over the quiet dignity of genuine contribution. It exposes the psychological trap where ego, fueled by mere words, blinds one to the necessity of authentic action. The consequence of such a path is not just personal failure, but often communal detriment, as trust erodes and critical needs remain unmet, simply because belief was placed in the eloquent illusion rather than the silent, undeniable truth of deeds. In the silence that follows grand proclamations, the universe waits for the echo of your efforts. For it is not in the symphony of your words, but in the singular note of your actions, that the true melody of your worth is composed. Filiarium, where every story reflects a truth.